Let me introduce myself. Gordon PARR, cruise ship lecturer for the past 10 years and founder of the Cruise Lecturers Association. Firstly, a little bit about myself. I'm a resident for the past 50 years of Southport, Lancashire. I've had a long and interesting career. I was in the regular army, the household cavalry, colonial police, and marketing for IBM and NCR in Mauritius and Hong Kong, and latterly as chairman of an award-winning British public company. I and my associates have had the pleasure of presenting on British and American cruise ships on all 7 seas, with the emphasis on the Baltic, Mediterranean, Atlantic, and specializing in repositioning cruises. Let me tell you a little about my PowerPoint supported topics. My opening presentation is about my family regiment, the Household Cavalry. A regiment one of my sons has also served in for the past 20 years. The Premier Regiment of the British Army, whose Colonel-in-Chief is our monarch. I discuss the duties of the regiment in peace and war, with the emphasis on state duties, the officers and men, horses, and the uniforms, and of course the kit. As with all my talks, on completion, I invite the guests to ask questions and, if they wish, to join me for coffee. Winston Churchill is the subject of my second presentation, voted the greatest Briton of the past 1,000 years. I talk about his father and mother, his wife, and days in Parliament as the country's greatest war leader and Premier. I present some of the greatest quotes and stories, starting with Lady Astor. If I were your wife, I'd poison your coffee. Winston. Madam, if I were your husband, I'd drink it. The conversation between Churchill and George VI. Churchill, I'm worried about Field Marshal Montgomery. I think he wants my job. The King's response, that's a relief. I thought he wanted mine. John Foster Dulles. Dulles pointed to Churchill's ample tummy and inquired if he were pregnant. Churchill's response, well, if I am, I shall call it after our greatest king, Alfred. If it's a girl, after our greatest queen, Elizabeth. But if it's wind, which I fear it is, then I shall call it John Foster Dulles. A presentation with a wealth of information and amusing stories.